we are going to be back working part 2 of problem 429 from page 191. And in part 2, we are actually going to calculate a whole bunch of activity drivers. All right, so we can then go on and do the unit cost using the drivers. All right, so we've done a plant-wide rate already, and now we're going to switch over and do activity-based costing. So in this problem, they've told us a bunch of the activities, like engineering, receiving, material handling, purchasing, right? So all of that. And they tell us how much we spent for each of those things, right? So should be pretty easy to take how much we spent, divide it by what we spent, and go ahead and figure out our driver rate. All right. Now the thing we want to keep in mind is that when we do our driver rates, right, we got two things here. So when we look at engineering, we're not just looking at or receiving. I'll do that because it's on the bottom. It's easy to point out. Receiving, we got 3,000, right, and 4,500, right? So you're going to have to add those up and get 7,500, right? So, and then you take that 7,500 and divide it into your 300,000 to get your rate. All right, so the rates are going to have to combine these two, but our actual overhead cost, they just tell us. All right, so you may want to have your book out because I'm going to take this away and just calculate rates. All right. So this is part 2, all right, problem 4.29. All right, so let's just start and just go down the line here. So we'll pick up maintenance, 600,000. All right, so maintenance, all right, and is 600,000, and how many hours we use is going to be our driver. Maintenance hours. I mean, there's other kinds of hours, but it's maintenance. We're going to use maintenance hours. So we're going to divide that by 30,000, which is the number of hours they tell me. Right? They're telling me maintenance hours. Oh, here it is, right here. Maintenance hours looks like 6,000 and 24,000, so 30,000. All right. So 600,000 divided by 30,000 is 20. All right. So the rate, maintenance rate, is $20 per maintenance hour. All right, so the next thing we want to look at is engineering support. All right, and we spend 900,000 on that, and we're going to use engineering hours. So we're going to divide that by 45,000. Right, so 900,000 divided by 45,000 is activity rate is $20 per engineering hour. All right, so don't get confused. These are 20, this is 20, but this is $20 per maintenance hour, this is $20 per engineering hour. The next thing in the book that they want us to calculate is materials handling. And so for materials handling, we spend 1,200,000. And for our number of moves, all right, that makes sense. There we've got materials handling number of moves, 15,000 moves for the the standard, 45,000 for the deluxe. So you add that up and that's 60,000 moves. And if you take 1,200,000 and you divide it by 60,000, again you get $20 per move, right? So again, $20, but it's per move. This is per engineering hour, and that's per maintenance hour. So they're not really the same thing at all. The next thing we're going on to setups. So setups. All right, we got, how much do we spend on those? $750,000. And of course that's by number of setups, which they tell us is 600. Right? So 750,000 divided by 600, the activity rate is $12.50 per setup. Finally something that's not $20. All right, next, purchasing. How much did we spend on purchasing? According to the book, we spent $450,000. How are we going to deal with purchasing? By the number of requisitions. Number of requests for this particular year was 2250. 450,000 divided by 2,250 is equal to 200 per request. Next, receiving. How much did we pay for receiving? 300,000. And it's per order. How many orders did we get in? 7,500. 300,000 divided by 7,500 is $40 per order. And finally, the last one, paying suppliers. It cost us $300,000 to pay suppliers. We pay them with an invoice, so we're going to use number of invoices, which was 7,500. 300,000 divided by 7,500 is $40 per invoice. All right, so now we've got our rates. $20 per maintenance hour, $20 per engineering hour, $20 per material move, $1,250 per setup, $200 per purchase requisition, $40 per purchase order, and $40 per invoice paid. So we're going to use these activity rates to do activity-based costing per unit for our same two bicycles on the next video.